Hello again, everybody. I am back to doing the YouTube. I know it's been a couple of weeks, but unfortunately my last couple of weeks have just been a little bit crazy, and I've just been away from where I would normally film. I'm going to trying something different with the lighting and where I'm sitting, because it's just a mess over there right now, because I'm kind of doing my spring cleaning in the winter, I guess, because this is just when I feel more motivated to do it. So I'm doing it now instead of earlier in the year like I should have. I just kind of wanted to start out this video also saying that I'm going to be branching out a bit more. I downloaded an app recently called Tubi on my Xbox. It was free, and it has a lot of B-rated movies, so I kind of want to dive into that. I'm also going to be continuing the Batman series, but I feel like I just kind of wore myself out a little bit, just kind of doing one movie series at a time. It was just kind of started to feel more like work than anything else. So I think by just branching out and doing different movies, different genres, and still keeping with a schedule, that I'll be able to bring more content to you guys and a little bit more variety, as opposed to just the same thing over and over and over again, so that you guys are not as maybe bored, and it kind of brings people from different communities who maybe just view on streaming platforms rather than, like a DVD, and it kind of brings a little bit newer movies into the picture. So hopefully that will bring more people to my channel, which is my hope, so that you guys can see these reviews and everybody will kind of enjoy their own no, not really sure the word I'm looking for, but I hope you kind of get what I'm trying to say here. Anyway, today we will be reviewing the movie The Babysitter on Netflix. The first one, I actually just went back and watched it again, and I think I enjoyed the film this time better than I did the second time. Better this time watching it than I did the first time. I thought it was kind of a little bit cheesy the first time, I guess, but actually it wasn't as bad as I remember it being. I've kind of avoided watching it again just because of that, not having the best experience with it, but maybe it's just because I wasn't really invested in the movie as much the first time, but just sitting and watching it from the start to finish actually was a little bit better. There are some key things that I would say that were flawed in this movie, like the age of the actual... sorry, let me mute my TV here just in case something starts playing. The age of the actual kid in the movie, who is somehow still in need of a babysitter. I mean, in the beginning of the movie, when he's being bullied, the age is the one kid says that he's 14. So then later on in the movie, he says to himself that he's 12, which was a little misleading because I was kind of confused as to what his actual age was. And I guess they're supposed to be juniors in middle school or high school. I'm not really sure how it works in the States. Sorry, I just gotta blow my nose. Oh, that's the one thing about winter. And also living in a basement is a runny nose. Anyhow, that's why I did that off camera. Where was I? Yes, so the age thing. Other than that, I would say this movie was actually fairly well done for the cast in it. And so basically the main premise of this movie is he's in love with his babysitter, but I'm not really sure. They kind of lead it on to like he's in love with her in like a romantic way, but then at the end of the movie, it kind of brings it as like, I don't know, it was weird. She was like almost more of a mother figure to him than his own mother in certain parts of the movie. But then in some parts, it seems like he's in love with her, as in he wants to be with her. And then near the end, she has some kind of remorse for what she's done to him, basically. And oh my God, this kid is going to have some serious psychological damage, and probably already has some psychological issues just due to the fact that he knows seems to have the knowledge about how to go about killing his own attackers who are after him after they have sacrificed somebody in his living room because the girl next door tells him not to go to bed just to find out what his babysitter does after he goes to sleep. So that's kind of where things all go downhill because he ends up seeing one of her friends that she's invited over sacrificed, even though he wasn't really part of the real group. So they were just kind of using him. So they're trying to make a deal with the devil is basically the premise of the movie, and they have this book and they need the blood of the sacrificed and the blood of the innocent. So Cole, the main character, would be the innocent kid at the age of either 12 or 14. Still not really sure about that one. So then when he finds this out, he tries to hide the fact that he's been awake this entire time. And then when he goes to escape, B, his babysitter, ends up catching him. So then it just kind of escalates from there. They're chasing him throughout most of the movie. And at the end of the movie, when it's just him and B, again at the end after everybody else has died off, either from Cole killing them or B killing them, because she kills one of her group, Allison, near the end to try to convince Cole to be the one to help her out with her future endeavors in making a deal with the devil and the blood of the sacrifice, the blood of the innocent, and then spilling it on the book to basically get whatever you want out of life, I suppose, was the goal here. Anyway, Cole ends up burning the book, and then because he doesn't want to follow in that path, and then as B's trying to put it out, he goes and steals the neighbor's car, and then drives it through the house, and runs it into B, which you would think would kill her, but then there's this little credit scene, and then after that, after the little credit scene, it shows the cops go in and her jump at the cops. So clearly that leaves an opening for a second one. And the second one did just come out this year. So I am going to dive into that and do a review of that too today, and then probably upload these Monday. And then hopefully this weekend I can get into maybe back into the Batman series, because I know my review format for that will be different than these ones. And unfortunately, or maybe it might stay the same for a little while. Let me know what you guys think in the comments as to whether you like this format more, because this is probably going to be shorter, or whether you like the analysis. I think for Netflix, I will keep it this way. And then when I'm able to do like DVD movies, I'll do more of the analysis type thing, like a scene by scene thing, because it's easier to do that with those types of movies. Because Netflix is on my Xbox, so it's much easier to just watch from beginning to end and kind of go over the points that I liked and the points that I disliked about the movie. Suppose that's more of a review rather than the analysis and review. I don't know. Let me know what you guys like better. Maybe this is a little bit better of a format. And I'm kind of rambling on here. So I would give this movie probably about a 7 out of 10 because there were flaws in it. As opposed to like the age, like I mentioned, and what kind of role B actually played in his life. Because, I mean, his parents were very distant from him. And one thing I will add, though, is the gore in this movie for what it was supposed to be. I guess it was supposed to be like, it was kind of like comedy / horror in that sort of field, I guess. So, yeah, but this was like Quentin Tarantino levels of like blood in some parts. So I'm wondering if he had anything to do with this movie. If you guys know that, please let me know. But yeah, my rating, 7 out of 10. Highly recommend if you are into the weird sort of subgenre of the comedy horror type thing that they've kind of brought together. It worked for this film. I will say that. But that is all I have to say about this film. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye for now.